I am a coach and an alum of Girls on the Run. Kids today carry a lot of stress, from school pressure to social isolation to overuse of devices. We create a space where girls can connect, build confidence, and learn skills like managing emotions, setting goals, and speaking up. Each child's experience is different, and families need support. I'm proud to be part of a comprehensive solution to youth mental health. Get involved today at EmpowerOurFutureCoalition.com.
The Lowe's Closeout event means the final savings of the season are here. It's your last chance to get deals on seasonal decor, tools, flooring, and so much more. Refresh your home, check off your project list, or simply stock up on the brands you trust. Shop now to grab amazing deals before they're gone. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 1/7. Selection varies by location while supplies last.
I am a coach and an alum of Girls on the Run. Kids today carry a lot of stress, from school pressure to social isolation to overuse of devices. We create a space where girls can connect, build confidence, and learn skills like managing emotions, setting goals, and speaking up. Each child's experience is different, and families need support. I'm proud to be part of a comprehensive solution to youth mental health. Get involved today at EmpowerOurFutureCoalition.com.
Is it time to reimagine your future? The right business skills may make a difference in your career. At Capella University, we offer a relevant education that's designed to focus on what you need to know in the business world. We'll teach professional skills to help you pursue your goals, like business management, strategic planning, and effective communication. And you can apply these skills right away. A different future is closer than you think with Capella University. Learn more at capella.edu.
Hello, I'm Sarah, and welcome to Day 7 of 12 Days of Festive Frights. I've got 5 spooky stories to share today. Now, these are all written by the same author, so if you see that the language is pretty similar, you know why. I'll get straight into them. Are you ready for the first story? I don't like the dark. This experience happened last night when I had to go check on a rental property about an hour away. My wife got a notification at about 10 p.m. that there was movement detected from the cameras we set up in the rental property to keep an eye on the place until we can get it rented. My wife asked if I could go over there to make sure everything was okay and locked up. I told her to text me if any more notifications came through. I pull up around 11:30 and can see there's a light coming from the basement. Already on edge, I walk around the outside and check windows and doors. All are shut and locked. My wife called me and asked if I had gone inside yet, because she got another movement detected in one of the bedrooms. I told her I was just unlocking the door to go check inside, but really didn't want to. Maybe the camera detected me outside the window. I just said this to make myself feel better. I open the door and yell out, "Anyone here? I already called the police and they will be here very shortly." I listen for anyone moving around, but I hear nothing. I check all the rooms and find nothing. So I head down to the basement to at least turn off the light. I walk into the basement and see the cord for the light swinging, but only that light. There's no air movement. I do a really quick search to check for anyone hiding before I turn the light on my phone and pull the cord. The moment it turns off, I hear a loud bang upstairs. I run up the stairs to get out the basement quickly. The basement stairs are right next to the front door. I go out the door and start shutting it. I hear a voice come from the basement. "I don't like the dark. Please stay." I hopped back in my vehicle and turned it on. As I pull down the driveway, I see the basement turn back on. I called my wife and tell her I'm on my way home. She said she got another movement detected message right as I called her. This gave me the creeps, this did, especially with whatever it was in the basement saying that. That's just, oh, no thanks. I think the author was extremely brave going there without anybody else to go and check on what was setting the notifications off. Because I just don't think I would. Now, I know society sort of says that if you're a bloke, you should do these things. But I just don't know. Apart from anything, it sounds dangerous, doesn't it? Because it could be a real person in the house. Not in this case, by the sounds of it, and it's even more terrifying. Actually, I don't know. A real person might be more terrifying than a ghost. Possibly. But when it says things like, "I don't like the dark," that's a completely different level. Are you ready for the second story? After dark trip to cemetery. This happened about an hour ago. My friend called me and asked if I could give him a jump because his work car wasn't starting. He works for a security company and has to make rounds at different properties that have had issues with vandals. I agreed to help him, since he said it would take at least a couple of hours for someone he worked with to be able to come to him. He shared his location and I started driving. Didn't realise where he was until I turned onto the driveway. It was a cemetery, and of course he was on the complete other side of the property. I just kept my eyes forward as I drove up the road to where he was. He was waving his flashlight around so I could see him. I pulled up right next to him and asked him what happened. He told me it just died without any warning as he was turning around in this gravel parking lot. Important info for what happened shortly after. I had him pop the hood as I grabbed my jumper cables from my trunk and some pliers. I open his hood and see a battery cable had just come loose. I put it back on and tightened as best as I could with the pliers. His lights came on when I connected the cable to the battery. That's when we realised we weren't alone. We saw a little kid, no older than 4, was standing maybe 10 feet away from us. My friend said hi and asked if they needed help. My friend and I looked at each other for maybe a second and looked back. The little kid was completely gone. There's no way this kid could have run away without us hearing. He said he will see things look at him from behind trees or gravestones, but this is the first time he ever saw something just standing there. I told him to stop at my house at some point tonight, so I can completely tighten the battery cables. I'll ask him if anything else happened after I left, when he gets here. Update. My friend just stopped and told me he had something else happen about 5 minutes after I left. He forgot his flashlight where I fixed the car, as he was about to turn out of the driveway onto the road. He drove back and didn't see his flashlight in the little parking lot. He was looking for it and then noticed a light shining from halfway up a little hill. He pulled the car closer to the light and could see it was his flashlight sitting on a gravestone. He was already on edge from what he had seen about 15 minutes earlier. But he gets out to go grab his flashlight. As he reached for it, he heard a little kid voice from somewhere. He didn't understand any of the words, except leave. And that's what he did. He would have come straight here if he didn't have to stop at another property on the way. And just to be clear, the little parking lot is about 1/4 mile from where he found it. Well, I guess if you're going to see a ghost, it's going to be a graveyard, isn't it? I don't know why they want to hang about where they're buried, but as stories often dictate, there are ghosts in a graveyard. Now, this sounds like it's possibly a child that died early, or it's demonic. I'm not sure. But the way it said leave was pretty spooky. And it's one of those jobs as well, sort of going around, checking buildings, making sure that everything's all right. That, from the sounds of it, I'd love to do it. But when it came to reality, I'd just be too frightened. I'll be like in the car. Yep, checked. Everything looks fine. Let's go on to the next one. Or I'll be on FaceTime with Rog going like, walk around with me on the phone. Are you ready for the third story? Ghost on the Trail. My wife's dad had a recognisable white Jeep Wrangler. We sold it a couple of months after he passed away. I was mowing over at the property that my wife inherited from her dad. I got the grass around the house and driveway already done. I was starting to mow down the trails her dad had made through the wood. About a minute or so after I mowed by the first turn-off that went up a pretty big hill, something felt off, like I was being followed. Figuring it was a deer, I turned around and saw the back end of a white Jeep Wrangler going up the hill. It caught me off guard. I backed up the mower so I could see up the hill. There was nothing driving up that hill. It was a long enough hill where I would have had plenty of time to catch the vehicle going up. I turned off the mower and listened. Still nothing. I continued on, and about halfway through, I had that same feeling of being followed. I quickly turned around and again saw the back end of the same white Wrangler going down another long trail. I hopped off the mower and ran to the top of the trail. There was no Jeep in sight. This part of the trail was about 1/2 mile long, and there was nowhere to turn off it. I decided that was enough mowing for the day and went back to the house and left. I like to think her dad was coming back to pick up his Jeep and check the trails one more time. I've read a couple of stories where you've got people who've died and then they want one last ride around in their old pickup or similar. I think it's great. I really do. Because if you're going up there to heaven, why not have that one last drive around in your vehicle? If I could drive, I'd be doing it. But I can't, and it would be very dangerous for everyone out there on the roads. Are you ready for the fourth story? My parents built their house in 1994. Never had anything happen until after my brother broke up with a girlfriend. We think the ghost that was at our house attached itself to my brother. The night my brother graduated high school, he went to a house party. He was very drunk, but left the party alone. Everyone would guarantee he left alone. He passed out while driving and crashed his car. He woke up and climbed out the seatbelt and sunroof. He told the cops a kid named Mark was in the back seat. After my mum picked him up from jail, he tells my mum this and swears he didn't put his seatbelt on, but had to climb out of it in the ditch. After that, we started seeing Mark around our house, and he would do little pranks. The only time I saw him, I was sitting on the couch watching TV. Out of the corner of my eye, I could see some kid standing at the top of the stairs looking down at me. I was home alone. I looked and nothing was there. The pranks were freaky, but not scary. My brother's stereo turning on full blast, a corded phone ringing in the box in his closet, or a full can of pop just tipping over. My mum told Mark one day that he needs to move on, and he is no longer welcome, after she woke up in the middle of the night with him standing next to her bed. Never had anything happen after that. The other freakier thing that happened to me was at my wife's dad's house after he passed away. We were cleaning out the house and garage one day. I was walking outside and noticed a flat stone half buried in the yard. I lift it up, and it's a gravestone. My wife's great-grandpa. We think it was an old gravestone that was replaced at some point. I moved it by the trees, just so I wouldn't worry about hitting it while mowing. That night, right before we left, I went into the garage to grab my drill and other tools to bring back home. As I'm walking out of the garage, I swear I saw some man in old Assar clothes and a top hat walk behind Jeff's Jeep. It's a gravel driveway, so I would have heard the steps. I opened the car door and my wife looks over at me scared. She asked if I saw the man in the top hat walk behind her dad's Jeep. I hop in the car and we speed out of there. Been back there many times after dark, but nothing like this has happened since. Lots of creepiness going on. So I'm assuming that the ghost is helpful. If it did the seatbelt up on the brother, because I'm guessing that he didn't go through the windscreen or something worse. And it obviously listened, because when Mum says that you're not welcome anymore, it went straight away. So very obedient too. And the top hat ghost, wow, that would be amazing to see, wouldn't it? I think there's something quite comforting in that. Perhaps just making his presence known, like, I'm your ancestor, and I'm still about, maybe keeping an eye on you, that kind of thing. Are you ready for the fifth and final story? Something's haunting my grandma's house. When I was from about 11 until 16, I would stay at my grandma's house most weekends. The house was built in the late 1870s in northwestern Wisconsin. I would rent a bunch of movies and watch them on the TV upstairs. I always had a very creepy feeling most of the time in the upstairs, especially the front room with a weird little closet. There were times when my grandma would go out of town and I would stop by the house to bring in her mail. If I stopped after dark, the upstairs lights would all be on. Sorry, now on to the worst experience I had at that house. I would sleep on the couch in the living room, which was right next to the stairs. It was a couch, wall, stairs. One night, maybe around midnight or so, I heard something walk across the floor from the far corner, upstairs to the stairs, then come down the stairs. Those stairs were really creaky. The noise stopped once whatever it was got to the bottom of the stairs. I felt something staring at me, like leaning around the corner to look at me. I already had my head under the blanket when I first heard the footsteps upstairs. After what felt like minutes, probably only seconds, something then went back up the stairs and back to the far corner, turned on the lamp and woke my grandma up. We went up there, and nothing was up there. All the windows were locked. I slept on the floor next to my grandma that night. I've always wondered if I would have seen something staring at me if I looked. When we sold her house after she went into the assisted living place, we had my aunt's friend come over and do some cleansing of the house. The house has been sold a couple of times since then. Maybe one day I will stop and knock on the door to ask the people living there if they've ever felt something off about the room upstairs.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever think about switching insurance companies to see if you could save some cash? Progressive makes it easy to see if you could save when you bundle your home and auto policies. Try it at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary, not available in all states.
The McDonald's snack wrap is back. You brought it back. Ranch snack wrap. Spicy snack wrap. You broke the internet for a snack. Snack wrap is back. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Now this is awkward, isn't this story? Because Grandma's house is meant to be safe. It's meant to be full of treats and all the good things in life at Grandma's house. That's what I try and make it here for Willow. I've got all the treats. She knows exactly where they are, and she has to get up on the cupboard side to have a look at the treats. She can't do it from the floor. It's not close enough to look at chocolate, obviously. But it's kind of that unsettling thing, isn't it? That Grandma's house should be safe. And yet, there's something in the room upstairs. Well, that's it from me today. I hope you enjoyed, and we'll catch you again tomorrow. Take care, everyone.
I am a coach and an alum of Girls on the Run. Kids today carry a lot of stress, from school pressure to social isolation to overuse of devices. We create a space where girls can connect, build confidence, and learn skills like managing emotions, setting goals, and speaking up. Each child's experience is different, and families need support. I'm proud to be part of a comprehensive solution to youth mental health. Get involved today at EmpowerOurFutureCoalition.com.
Avoiding your unfinished home projects because you're not sure where to start? Thumbtack knows homes, so you don't have to. Don't know the difference between matte paint finish and satin? Or what that clunking sound from your dryer is? With Thumbtack, you don't have to be a home pro. You just have to hire one. You can hire top-rated pros, see price estimates, and read reviews, all on the app. Download today.
The stories told on the Whispering Woods are inspired by historical records, witness reports, and local folklore. While every effort is made to research and represent events accurately, some details, names, and locations may differ from official accounts or have been changed out of respect for those involved. These episodes are created for storytelling and entertainment purposes and should not be considered definitive fact or investigative journalism.